and welcome back to the Toonami channel, the TV channel you always wanted but never got. For this video, we will be covering the entirety of the year 2003. If you haven't watched the first two videos in this series, I will include a link to the first video in the description. But as a quick refresher, the goal of this series is to create an ongoing 24-hour schedule for a hypothetical Toonami channel. Last time we covered 2002, so let's take a quick look at where we left off. Starting at midnight, the Toonami channel airs the Midnight Run block. This is a parallel to Adult Swim, featuring more mature content. The Midnight Run starts with 2 episodes of Cowboy Bebop, 2 episodes of Inuyasha, then an episode of Yu Yu Hakusho, Pilot Candidate, Outlaw Star, and finally Tenchi Muyo. After the Midnight Run, we have Dragon Ball Z, Robotech, Harlock Saga, Sailor Moon, Zoid's Chaotic Century, and Zoid's New Century. At 7 AM, the Rising Sun block starts. This is meant to be more kid-friendly, so it features Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Hamtaro, Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League, Batman Beyond, G.I. Joe, He-Man, and Transformers Armada. After that, we have back-to-back episodes of Dragon Ball Z at noon, Sailor Moon, Card Captors, Harlock Saga, Star Blazers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Record of Lotus War, Patlabor, Card Captors, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Transformers Armada. Primetime starts at 7 on the Toonami channel. I actually recently found out that primetime TV hours are typically considered to be from 8 to 11 in the evening. So maybe I've been thinking about primetime in the wrong way, but I imagine that the Toonami channel demographics would skew younger than most major networks, so I think it's fine. Our primetime shows are G Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho, 2 episodes of Dragon Ball, and 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z. And yes, the Yu Yu Hakusho episode airing here is the cut version, while the Midnight Run episode will be mostly uncut. Generally, when a show airs both inside and outside the Midnight Run, it's going to be 2 different versions. Starting at 10 PM, we have the 2-hour Giant Robot block. This features the Big O, Gundam Wing, an episode of Gundam 0080, 0083, or the 8th MS Team, and then Patlabor at 11:30. At 7 PM on Fridays, we have either a movie or a marathon of a show picked by viewers. Movies and marathons alternate every week. This movie or marathon repeats on Saturday evening and Sunday afternoon. In addition to this, every Saturday morning features a Dragon Ball marathon, and every Sunday morning features a Dragon Ball Z marathon. Yes, Goku is competing with Jesus every Sunday morning. He is the hope of the universe after all. So that's what the regular schedule looks like as of the end of 2002. On New Year's Eve, we shook things up with the Toonami channel premiere of Samurai Jack, and the first season aired from 3 to 9:30 PM. After that was the premiere of Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, one of my all-time favorite anime movies. And speaking of movies, I want to review what movies we have available to broadcast. I actually haven't done this since the very start of the Toonami channel, so we have some movies that really need to go. The Toonami channel has broadcast the following: Blue Submarine No. 6, Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, Dragon Ball Z, Tree of Might, World's Strongest and Dead Zone, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, Batman Superman World's Finest, Batman Sub-Zero, Sailor Moon R the movie, Sailor Moon S the movie, Sailor Moon Super's the movie, Johnny Quest vs. the Cyber Insects, Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, The Iron Giant, and Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack. That's 15 movies in total. Because the Toonami channel airs a movie every other week, that means 26 movies a year. If we limit our selection of movies to just 13, that means every movie will air on 2 weekends every year. That seems reasonable to me, so let's cut 2 movies from our list. First, I think we need to get rid of Johnny Quest vs. the Cyber Insects. I haven't seen this movie, so maybe it's actually really good, but Johnny Quest stopped airing on the Toonami channel a long time ago. The second pick is a bit hard to choose, but I'm going to go with Batman Superman World's Finest. For those of you who haven't seen it, this is a really good movie. It's actually part of Superman the Animated Series as a 3-part episode, and that's why I'm cutting it. For one, it's a 3-part TV episode and it looks like it. This didn't have a big movie budget, it just looks like another episode of Superman. Which isn't bad, but it's not on par with some of the other movies in this list. And since it's a 3-part episode, we can still air it as individual episodes in the Superman the Animated Series time slot. That seals the deal for me, and now we have our 13 films. And now we can finally move on to 2003. Char's Counterattack ended right at midnight, and someone is ready to steal the first time slot of the new year.
Excuse me.
Bikini Inspector.
They say it takes a thief to catch a thief.
Did someone say something about a setup?
But don't tell that to Interpol's most famous officer, Inspector Zenogata.
I knew it!
Hot on the trail of the greatest thief of all time.
Nowhere to run, Lupin. It's the end of the line.
Lupin III, together with his accomplices, Jigen, partner in arms, Goemon, legendary swordsman, and Fujiko, master of disguise.
What? Fujiko?
They circle the globe, dodging the heat and looking for the next big score.
I got a feeling I can't lose no matter what.
Punks thought they were dealing with amateurs.
Lupin III, Monday through Thursday at midnight. And the best thing about it, everything's free.
Sometimes I'm even better than I think I am.
Lupin III Part 2 premiered on Adult Swim on January 14th, 2003. The Toonami channel will get it a couple weeks earlier and kick off the new year with a Lupin marathon. The first 8 episodes will air from midnight to 4 a.m. And by the first 8, I actually mean episodes 1 and 2 and 4 through 9. Episode 3 didn't air on Adult Swim until years later because it heavily featured a certain German leader and symbols of his regime. You know, the Toonami channel series is forcing me to talk about things I never thought I would mention on this channel. The first video had 9/11, and now we're talking about this. What the hell? Anyway, the midnight run on New Year's Day has been stolen by Lupin. I can't think of a better way to celebrate the new year. But later in January, we have yet another new show.
What happens when a game becomes real and none of the rules apply? For a young sorcerer named Tsukasa, the virtual world of the game has become his reality.
Where am I?
Inside, Tsukasa can fight, make friends, feel pain.
Tsukasa?
The only thing he can't do is log out. Enter the world of Dot Hack Sign, premiering Saturday, February 1st at 3.
Let me go!
Hate the game, not the player.
Why me?
Only Toonami.
Dot Hack Sign premiered on February 1st, 2003, so of course the Toonami channel will get it earlier in January. This series is part of a larger multimedia story featuring anime, manga, video games, card games, and novels. The Dot Hack project is incredibly ambitious and is technically still going, though it's in a bit of a dry spell right now. Toonami also did a review of the first video game.
If you're down with a program, you've already seen Dot Hack Sign right here. It was kind of confusing, but playing Dot Hack Infection for the PS2 might fill in some of the gaps for you. It's a single-person RPG that simulates a multiplayer online RPG. Still with me?
Aura?
Anyway, you're still chasing after Aura and the Key of Twilight, but in this version you possess a special bracelet that allows you to hack monsters for treasure and gates for access to secret levels and dungeons.
That's a unique bracelet.
Careful though, if you rely too much on your hacking skills, you risk infection, game over. Make an effort to check out the bulletin boards and return friendly emails or you might miss out. Also, be nice to your in-game pals. You'll be spending a lot of time with them.
In case you're not aware of it, you're being very rude.
It's easy to get sidetracked in the endless dungeons and side quests, and just when you think you got all the answers, they leave you hanging. Fortunately, Dot Hack Mutation is out, so save your stats and use your character in Part 2. Toonami gives Dot Hack Infection for the PS2 a 7 out of 10. Riding Cowboy.
Now we need to make our first regular schedule of the year. We need to add Lupin III Part 2 and Dot Hack Sign, but don't forget that Samurai Jack also premiered on New Year's Eve, so we need to make time slots for each of them. Lupin will shuffle the midnight run a bit and air at 2:30 right after Yu Yu Hakusho. Tenchi Muyo will be kicked out of the midnight run and moved to 5 a.m. Samurai Jack will air at 10:30 and 2:30, Dot Hack Sign will air at 2 and 6:30. With 3 shows being added, something's gotta give, so Harlock Saga and Star Blazers will leave the channel. I feel that Harlock Saga really needed to go as it's only 6 episodes, so I'm sure that fans of the show would have watched it multiple times over by now. In real life, both shows were Toonami Reactor exclusives, so I don't think Cartoon Network had much confidence in them to begin with. Taking that into consideration, I think that they both enjoyed a good run on the Toonami channel. Gundam Wing is also leaving, which is a pretty big deal. However, it's a bit overdue. Wing has been long gone from Toonami at this point, and we have 2 other time slots devoted to Gundam. Gundam fans may be sad, but they will have something else to watch. February is going to be a packed month, so strap in. First, a new show from Adult Swim.
The prophecy has been revealed, Alexander. Face your fate.
He was destined to rule the world and utterly destroy it. The legend of Alexander the Great, as you've never seen it before.
The only thing I treasure is speed, and I keep running.
From the creator of Aeon Flux, Peter Chung's Reign, the Conqueror, Monday through Thursday.
It is the Devil King!
Adult Swim.
Reign the Conqueror is an anime about the life of Alexander the Great, but with a very unique style. Some viewers may appreciate the art style, while others may hate it, but it is certainly different. If you've seen Aeon Flux, the creator of that did the character designs for Reign. In the last week of February 2003, Toonami had its biggest event yet.
Toonami's always been crazy about robots, but something just clicked, and we've gone crazy.
It's the big shots making their grand entrance.
Dygod, take off! Evangelion launch! All forces move out!
Here we go!
For 1 week only, we're busting out some of the best giant robot shows ever made.
Don't hold anything back!
Why? Just because we love you.
Let me give you a demonstration of the tremendous power of my new weapon.
From the latest
Hit it with everything you've got! Time to end this madness!
to the greatest,
Ready, all guns.
You're under attack.
Prepare to die.
with a little flavor thrown in between.
It's amazing, even Gigantor's here.
Deploy all robots immediately.
Giant Robot Week. All next week from 4 to 5 p.m. starting Monday. The robots are coming.
And so it begins.
Only Toonami.
Giant Robot Week was an expose of mech anime featuring Robotech, Gigantor, Dygard, Martian successor Nadesco, and yes, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Only a couple episodes of each show were shown, and these shows did not join the regular Toonami lineup afterwards. But on the Toonami channel, things will be a bit different. Instead of devoting just 1 hour a day to Giant Robot Week, the Toonami channel will be completely taken over by the event, with an entirely new schedule for the duration of the week. This schedule will be made up of marathons of each of the featured shows. So instead of showing just 2 or 3 episodes of each show, viewers can watch each show in its entirety. Except for Robotech and Gigantor, those are just too long. While these are all mech anime, we have some vastly different shows here. Gigantor ended in 1966, while Dygard ended in 2000. Dygard is actually very kid-friendly, while Evangelion is, to quote Shinji, so fucked up. So we need to schedule these accordingly. Neon Genesis Evangelion will start at midnight and end at 5 a.m. The idea of this airing on Cartoon Network is hilarious. It's by far the most adult show of Giant Robot Week, so it has to air at night. If it was more appropriate for viewers, it would have gotten the big primetime slot, as this is also by far the most popular show of Giant Robot Week. But I don't want parents calling the network saying that their child watched a show featuring sex, depression, child soldiers, and Judeo-Christian mysticism. Gigantor will air from 5 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., mainly because I anticipate this being the least popular show of Giant Robot Week. Old anime is not bad, I love old anime, but it can be off-putting to some people. Robotech will be next, airing from 9:30 to 2 p.m. Robotech has been on the channel this whole time, so I don't think it needs one of the better time slots during this marathon. From 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. will be Dygard. I just watched this show for the first time in preparation for this video. I was surprised at how family-friendly it was. It can air with hardly any editing at all, maybe just cut out a swear word every so often. It's also not super popular, but I think that people might like it. So it won't get the primetime slot, but the afternoon isn't bad at all. And finally, Martian successor Nadesco will get the primetime slot from 7 to midnight. While it's not nearly as popular as Evangelion, it did have a sizable fanbase. It's a fun mix of parody and action, with the humor never hampering the action and the action never taking away from the humor. I think that would do very well as the big primetime show that everyone would see during this event. And to finish Giant Robot Week, Cartoon Network aired The Iron Giant on Friday night. That works perfectly with the Toonami channel schedule, so we'll do the same. In addition, Cartoon Network aired Lowbrow Test Drive on the last day of the event. This is a 7-minute short that serves as the pilot for Megas XLR. They also chopped up this short into tiny pieces to air during commercial breaks, so sure, I guess we can do that too. And now, Giant Robot Week is over. While these shows didn't join the regular Toonami lineup on Cartoon Network, I think that they should stay on the Toonami channel. But of course, Robotech has already been on the channel since the beginning, and unfortunately, some shows gotta go to make room for new ones. Giant Robot Week celebrates the premiere of 4 new shows and serves as a great send-off for Robotech. So now we need to fit these into the schedule. Remember that Reign the Conqueror also premiered this month, so it needs to be added as well. So Reign and Evangelion will be added to the midnight run. Evangelion will air at 12:30, taking one of the Cowboy Bebop slots. Bebop must have cycled through all of its episodes multiple times by now, so I think it's okay to cut it down to 1 episode per night. Evangelion needs to be towards the front of the block since it's sure to grab viewers. Reign will air at 2 AM, pushing everything after it back by 1/2 hour. And since we're expanding the midnight run, let's add Gigantor to it at 4:30 to make it run from midnight to 5 AM. Daiguard will take the 7 PM time slot, kicking G Gundam out of primetime and into the Giant Robot block. Nadesco will air at 8, taking 1 slot away from Dragon Ball. With G Gundam joining the Giant Robot block, Gundam 0080, 0083, and the 8th MS team will all leave the channel. They all had a good run, and fans would have had several chances to watch each episode. For now, G Gundam will be the vital Gundam representative on the channel. For those of you who are familiar with Toonami's history, you will know that the block went through multiple stylistic changes over the years. The first host of Toonami was Moltar, then Tom 1, then Tom 2, who has been hosting the Toonami channel since the beginning. In addition to new hosts, sometimes the setting would change or just the style of the bumpers. Well, in March 2003, Tom 2 actually died in an online comic called Toonami Endgame. The spaceship that he commands, the Absolution, was also destroyed. Tom 3 and the Absolution Mark II replaced them, and all the bumpers changed. While the webcomic does provide some lore for this change, there must have been a lot of viewers who didn't read that. So in their eyes, Toonami just suddenly changed one day. I don't know if the Toonami channel would handle this differently. Previously, when Tom 1 died and Tom 2 replaced him, Toonami had a series of shorts titled The Intruder to provide some lore for the change. Maybe the Toonami channel could do that and animate the webcomic into shorts. Regardless, I wanted to give you all a heads up, as the bumpers you will see from now on will be noticeably different. Not only did Toonami's style change, but so did its substance. A brand new show would premiere in March.
If you want to taste the ground, feel free to attack me.
Batosa the Manslayer. He is truly a man of legends.
That girl will taste every ounce of my revenge!
Prepare yourself! Ha!
I see we've taken our opponents too lightly.
Die, Bato, die!
Within every fiber of your being, you are truly a manslayer.
Rurouni Kenshin joined the network in mid-March, and it brought something fresh to the block. While most Toonami shows are fantasy or sci-fi epics, Kenshin is a piece of historical fiction taking place in Meiji-era Japan. While I wouldn't say it's realistic, as some of the sword feats are basically superhuman, it does have a grounded setting. In addition to this, Adult Swim would bring us another classic in the same month.
In a distant, dusty future, Vash the Stampede is the man everybody wants to get their hands on. Good luck, fellas. You're gonna need a whole lot of bullets.
Wherever this man goes, he always leaves trouble behind him. Get down!
Over half the town ain't nothing but rubble.
It's Vash the Stampede! He's coming our way! He's coming!
Dragon, premiering Monday, March 31st at midnight on Adult Swim. Draw, partner.
Trigun debuted on Adult Swim at the end of March. This space western featuring a goofball protagonist found more success in the West than it did in Japan, and Adult Swim clearly saw that it had potential. For scheduling, Kenshin will air at 6 and push Pokemon back to 5. We're kind of stretching the idea of primetime a bit, but I do think that plenty of viewers will be watching at this time. Kenshin will also air at 1 right after Dragon Ball Z. Meanwhile, Trigun will air at 2 AM, pushing the other midnight run shows back a half hour. Record of Lowest War and Pilot Candidate will both leave the channel during this change. Record of Lowest War was another Toonami reactor show, and at 13 episodes, I think it had run its course. Pilot Candidate performed abysmally on Adult Swim, and I actually gave it a much better chance on the Toonami channel. I still haven't seen it, so I have no comment, but if it did that poorly on Adult Swim, I don't think it would have done much better here. This schedule will remain in place for 3 months, giving the channel some stability after a very busy beginning to the year. But while Toonami was calm, Cartoon Network was making some moves.
It's time to duel!
This Saturday at 7, Cartoon Network's lining up your favorite action stars back to back to back.
I choose you! Let's go!
Pikachu, Jackie Chan, Professor Xavier, and even some your parents know.
This will be unlike anything you have ever experienced.
Good versus evil. Man versus machine.
Face my wrath.
And the best friends a guy can have.
Now things are starting to get interesting.
Pokemon. Jackie Chan premieres. Yu-Gi-Oh! Brand new episodes of He-Man. Brand new episodes of Transformers. And X-Men premieres.
There's plenty more where that came from.
Boss, look out behind you!
7 hours of the greatest action cartoons on the planet.
Very impressive.
It all starts at 7, all on Saturday.
Better than I'd expected.
You show up, we take care of the rest. Only on Cartoon Network.
In April of 2003, a new Saturday evening block was created called Saturday Video Entertainment System. This block was an action block just like Toonami, but was on Saturday nights and had a retro video game theme. I remember loving this block as a kid, it had some great shows. But will we be taking any of those shows for the Toonami channel? I've decided to not use any of the shows that premiere on the Saturday Video Entertainment System block. My reasoning is that Cartoon Network would have wanted to test this block and see how it does without the Toonami channel taking its unique content. So for now, those shows will stay exclusive to that block. However, that block will die next year, and a lot of those shows will come to Toonami anyway. So these shows aren't really banned from the Toonami channel, there's just going to be a delay. Fast forward to June, and once again, we will get a new Toonami show and a new Adult Swim show.
It is the ultimate fighting machine.
I've never seen anything like this.
A battle android with the soul of a hero. The only problem, he has no idea who he is.
What's going on here?
Now, his quest to unlock his secrets will threaten everything he loves, all in the name of one idea. Can an android become human? Impossible.
I want you to try to help me be like you.
A classic anime, reimagined. Kikaider, starting Monday, June 9th at midnight. Adult Swim.
In an effort to dominate robotic warfare, the secret organization Black Ghost has transformed these 9 humans into cybernetic soldiers. The problem is, nobody asked them.
We were kidnapped off the street so you could remodel us.
There's no escape. Surrender to your fate.
Cyborg 009, tonight at 6.
How did I do all this?
Being happy ain't all that.
Kikaider, also known by its full title Android Kikaider the Animation, debuted on Adult Swim on June 9th. It's an anime version of Kikaider, a tokusatsu show. If you aren't familiar with tokusatsu, think of things like Power Rangers, Ultraman, or Kamen Rider. Basically, live-action Japanese superhero shows. I'm not a tokusatsu fan, so if that definition is too simplified, I'm sorry. Please do not kick me in the face Kamen Rider style. Meanwhile, Cyborg 009 debuted on Toonami on June 30th. This is not the original Cyborg 009 from the 60s, it's a reboot from 2001. Its full title is Cyborg 009, The Cyborg Soldier. Kikaider will take the 3 AM time slot, while Cyborg 009 will air at 3 PM and 6:30 PM. As a result, G.I. Joe will leave the channel. No offense to G.I. Joe, but I felt that it was odd to bring a cartoon from the 80s back on Toonami after they had already cut a bunch of 80s cartoons from Toonami in the previous years. They added it alongside the new He-Man show, so why didn't they make a new G.I. Joe cartoon? I mean, they did multiple times, but why not another one for this era? We haven't seen the last of G.I. Joe, but the original cartoon is getting the axe. In the midnight run, Outlaw Star is sadly leaving the channel. This show has sentimental value as the first brand new show to debut on the Toonami channel when I first started this series. But when you think about it, that was January 1st, 2001, and this is now June of 2003. It had a great run, and it's a great show. August is going to be busy, so first let's cover 2 Adult Swim acquisitions. This first one is a banger.
Nothing really special ever happens here. In this place. School sucks. My dad's a weirdo. And there's my brother's girlfriend. I don't even know what to say about her. Anyway, life was pretty slow. Until she came along. Next thing I knew, I had things coming out of my head.
It's weird, not normal, these horns sticking out.
And I had a robot living in my house. And well, a bunch of other weird stuff.
You're the one who caused all this! I don't care!
But that alien girl, she's kind of cool, I guess.
Don't lie, you like her.
Whatever. It's really not that big a deal. Do you find this difficult to understand?
Yuji Kaido was desperately ill. His only hope of living, suspended animation. 27 years have passed. While he slept, the world has changed.
Where are we? And what were those things back there?
The Blue have destroyed all he once knew and taken over the Earth.
This isn't a game we're playing. There's no room for amateurs here.
Mankind's last hope depends upon his survival.
So you better hold on tight.
Blue Gender, starting Monday, August 4th at 12:30. Adult Swim.
Bully Cooley and Blue Gender both premiered on August 4th. Bully Cooley is a classic anime that has endured for decades. Its short length of 6 episodes, amazing soundtrack, and general weirdness all made it really stand out. Blue Gender, on the other hand, has faded into obscurity, but I recently watched it and had a great time. Supposedly, it was originally supposed to air on Toonami instead of Adult Swim, resulting in heavy censorship. But I can assure you, there is no amount of censorship that would have made this work for Toonami. While something like Tenchi Muyo can have the nudity censored but keep the story intact, Blue Gender's sexual themes and intense graphic violence are integral to the plot, and that's probably why it ended up on Adult Swim. While Adult Swim was busy with these 2 shows, Toonami was also busy. First, a new show.
The peaceful planet of Neotopia is about to erupt in violence.
Attack!
Get ready for Gundam like you've never seen before.
Ready? Let's go!
Really cute and tiny.
Stand back! Withdraw at once.
I have a better idea.
SD Gundam, starting September 1st at 5.
So the gang's all here.
The Gundams you love. Fun-sized.
SD Gundam, also known as Superior Defense Gundam Force, premiered on September 1st, so the Toonami channel will get it in August. This CG anime is a more light-hearted and kid-friendly take on the franchise. It may not be what a lot of Gundam fans want, but remember there are kids watching this channel too. They can get into Gundam through this show and then learn about the horrors of war later. Toonami also presented an original microseries.
In the year 2038, one sport is played the world over, where giant robots with human pilots battle in the ultimate test of human endurance.
193 KGB!
These guys are all over me.
6 robots, 2 teams, 1 victor. It is called the Immortal Grand Prix. This year, an amateur team will shock the world and change the way the game is played.
Here we go!
Because in the IG1 Grand Prix, winning is everything. Cartoon Network is proud to present a Toonami original 5-part microseries, IGPX, premiering September 15th at 6:30, right before new Dragon Balls. Only Toonami.
IGPX, or Immortal Grand Prix, is an original anime made for Toonami. It was produced through a partnership between Cartoon Network and Production IG. It had 5 episodes, each being 5 minutes long. It would later get a full-sized anime, but we'll save that for another video. This won't be added to the schedule as it can just air whenever during a commercial break. And finally, Toonami gave us 4 new movies.
Bardock, a soldier in Frieza's Saiyan army, has just saved the universe.
Kakarot! Remember that name!
Only he doesn't know it yet.
Frieza, he's coming for us!
Take heart, Bardock. A savior has been born.
Toonami presents DBZ Movies. Bardock, the father of Goku. This Friday at 6.
You coward! Come out and fight me!
17 and 18 are just out for a good time. The only problem, they keep killing all their friends.
Run for your lives, everybody! They're killers! Cold-blooded murderers!
Oh, and Goku's gone too.
I'd rather fight and die than watch this all happen.
The history of Trunks. Friday, September 12th at 6. We're gonna need some more heroes. Frieza's evil was destroyed forever.
How could a Saiyan generate enough power to destroy Frieza?
Now, Cooler, hunting the universe for the Saiyan responsible for his brother's death, has come to planet Earth.
No one disgraces our family and lives to tell about it.
Show him what you've got, Goku.
Let's go!
Cooler's Revenge. Friday, September 19th at 6. And catch the final episode of IGPX at 6:30.
What is it? An eclipse?
Not at this time of year. Namek is under siege. Cooler's army of super robots has enslaved the planet.
Goku, save them.
As a countermeasure, Dende has enlisted the help of some powerful friends. The Return of Cooler premieres Friday, September 26th at 6. Hey, the gang's all here.
Why won't you die?
Only Toonami.
Bardock, the father of Goku, The History of Trunks, Cooler's Revenge, and The Return of Cooler aired every Friday throughout September, so the Toonami channel will premiere them starting in August. These need no introduction, but they are a big deal, giving DBZ fans exciting new content. Since we don't need to schedule IGPX or the new Dragon Ball Z movies, we just need to find time slots for Blue Gender, Fully Cooley, and SD Gundam. As mentioned earlier, Fully Cooley is only 6 episodes. We have had 6-episode shows before, and I didn't really like how they aired every day just like any other show. If a 6-episode series airs that frequently, viewers will encounter reruns within a week. So instead, I want to air Fully Cooley exclusively on Friday and Saturday nights. Technically, very early Saturday and Sunday. We'll take the 1 AM time slot, which is one of Inuyasha's 2 slots. With only 2 episodes airing each week, it will take 3 weeks to cycle through the series. Blue Gender will take the 3 AM time slot and move everything else back. Gigantor will be kicked out of the midnight run and into the ambiguous very early morning period. Meanwhile, SD Gundam will air at 8:30 AM and 6 PM. A lot of shuffling is going on here, so I'll keep it simple. Patlabor is getting kicked out of the giant robot block, but will still air during the day. And we're going to lose 2 classic shows. Batman the Animated Series will finally end its Toonami channel run. This masterpiece of a show aired on multiple TV channels for over a decade at this point. It's retiring from the Toonami channel, but will continue to air elsewhere in the future. And as much as it pains me, Sailor Moon is leaving the Toonami channel as well. It also had an amazing run on the Toonami channel, but unfortunately, Cartoon Network's broadcasting rights would expire in 2003. I don't know all the details behind this. Maybe they could have renewed their rights but chose not to. Maybe an external factor made it impossible for them to renew their rights to the show. If anyone knows, please leave a comment. I'm actually really interested in knowing exactly what happened. But regardless, there's nothing I can do about broadcasting rights, so Sailor Moon is leaving the channel. After a pretty busy August, we'll move on to October, and I'm just gonna play the clip. Whatever I say will immediately be overshadowed by your hype and or nostalgia.
Robot.
I'm not quite convinced yet. He's not your enemy. I am.
To regret making me come out here. You're all going to pay dinner.
Is it over? Nope, I guess not.
How much power does this boy have?
And finally, the trinity of classic Dragon Ball shows are together on Toonami. We're going to put GT in the 9:30 time slot, taking one of Dragon Ball Z's slots. So each weeknight, fans can watch an episode of Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT. Later in 2004, Toonami would have an event where they aired all three shows every day for 3 weeks. They called this Dragon Ball Chronicles. I really like that name, so we'll use it here for the name of this mini block between Primetime and the Giant Robot block. But that's not all. If you recall, every Saturday morning has a Dragon Ball marathon, and every Sunday has a Dragon Ball Z marathon. So Sunday evenings we'll have a Dragon Ball GT marathon, so viewers can get their fill of all three shows every single weekend. And with that absolutely huge addition to the schedule comes a pretty underwhelming movie.
Greatest driver in the world. Your Grand Prix wasn't this fast. Hang on to your helmet. I never get tired of this. I invented the most advanced racing technology the world has ever seen. Way cool. Prove you're the best drivers in the world. And bring me of power.
Hot Wheels World Race aired on Toonami throughout October, but they cut it up into segments for some reason. So every Friday they showed part of the movie. I don't know why they did this. I remember watching this movie as a kid, but I just rented it from the movie rental store. I didn't bother watching it piece by piece once a week on TV. And I remember thinking that was just okay, it didn't make me beg my parents for more Hot Wheels for Christmas. So the Toonami channel won't be airing it in chopped up segments because that's just stupid. It can join the list of movies we cycle through. Now that October is over, the end of the year is quickly approaching. November is going to stay the course, and then December will bring a brand new microseries.
The Clone Wars have begun. If you missed out the first time, Toonami's here to hook you up.
Impressive.
The Republic is breaking through.
We must act quickly.
Lead the assault.
Master Obi-Wan can. And young Skywalker as well.
This one's mine.
You have found a promising disciple, my apprentice.
Because you demanded it. Toonami presents a special encore of the 10-part microseries, Where It Belongs.
Indeed, undeniably strong he has become. I sense much fear.
A Jedi named Anakin Skywalker eliminated.
Let's end this battle, Commander.
The Jedi shall fall.
Star Wars Clone Wars, starting Monday, December 1st at 6. 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week. The Force is strong in this one. Only Toonami.
Star Wars Clone Wars had already aired on Cartoon Network outside of Toonami, so this isn't a big world premiere. And to be clear, this is the microseries with 2D animation, not the CG Clone Wars series that debuted in 2008. This one is called Star Wars Clone Wars, while the other is called Star Wars The Clone Wars. Yes, that is a terrible way to differentiate between two shows. But all of that aside, these tiny little episodes were amazing. I loved these when I was growing up. We won't add this to the schedule since again, they can kinda just air whenever instead of a commercial break. Other than that, there are no new shows on the horizon. But at this point, it's a Toonami channel tradition to make New Year's Eve a big celebration.
Alert! Cobra battle group on long range radar. Let's lock and load, people!
G.I. Joe Spy Troops debuted on Toonami on January 4th, 2004. This wasn't the first time it aired on Cartoon Network, but was the first time for Toonami. The Toonami channel will air it just a few days earlier on New Year's Eve. It will start at 6:30 and air until 7:30. It's a pretty short movie, so it can fit into a 1-hour block. Before we move on, I want to update our list of movies. 2003 gave us a whopping 6 new movies, 4 of which are Dragon Ball Z movies, along with Hot Wheels World Race and G.I. Joe Spy Troops. So we need to remove 6 movies from the lineup. And we have 6 movies in the lineup that are attached to shows that have been removed from the channel this year. 3 Sailor Moon movies, 2 Batman the Animated Series movies, and Gundam Wing Endless Waltz. Our movie selection is very DBZ heavy, but I have a feeling that most viewers will enjoy that anyway. We'll see what we can do about that in the future. But for now, back to New Year's Eve. G.I. Joe Spy Troops might be a fine movie, I haven't seen it, but even if it is good, that alone doesn't seem big enough for New Year's Eve. But there aren't any new shows incoming from Adult Swim or Toonami. In fact, looking forward, there's 1 new show coming in February and 1 in March. Looking back, we had 1 new show in October and nothing else since August. So this is a period of sparse premieres. When I first started the series, I knew that at one point I wouldn't be able to rely on Cartoon Network for new shows. After all, the Toonami block will die in 2008, and I don't want the Toonami channel to die with it. So far, I've tied myself to shows that aired on Cartoon Network, but that can only last so long. This is a 24-hour Toonami channel, so it needs unique content. So the time has finally come to pick out a new show for the Toonami channel. If I'm going to pick a new show, how should I go about it? If I just pick whatever show I want, the schedule will just be full of my personal favorites at some point. And that's not the point of this series. From the beginning, I've tried to make a realistic schedule. Maybe I've failed, or maybe I've succeeded, I don't know, but I have tried. So if I'm going to pick a new show, I need to establish some rules. The first rule, and most obvious, is that the show has to have an English dub at the time of adding it to the schedule. Toonami has always aired shows in English, except that one time. While it's possible that the network could order a dub for a show, I don't think that was very common, so it needs to already have a dub, or at least have one about to be released. If it doesn't already have an English dub, there may be some external factor preventing the creation of a dub. So I can't just assume that a dub could be made if the network wanted one. The second rule is that it needs to be an action show. This is a loose rule. Some shows definitely have more action than others. Gundam and Hamtaro are both here, so I think that as long as the show has action in it, it counts. The third rule is that the show must be licensed by a company that Toonami likes to work with. Basically, Toonami typically doesn't get their shows directly from a Japanese company, they work with the North American license holder. Think of companies like Funimation, Crunchyroll, or Aniplex of America. Of course, the landscape of North American licensors changes over time, so I will take into account who Toonami likes to work with during the year in question. So right now, I'm looking at licensors that Toonami liked to work with during 2003. Some big names include Funimation, Bandai, and Pioneer/Geneon. The fourth rule is that it cannot be a show that is on a competing network. For example, I would have loved to have picked The Vision of Escaflowne, but that aired on Fox Kids. Of course, it finished its short-lived broadcast in the year 2000, but I have no idea how long Fox held the broadcasting rights. And network execs might be hesitant to pick up a show that had flopped on a competing network. So I'm playing it safe, and I'm not going to pick any shows that have ever aired on a competing network. Exceptions to this rule include local stations, because I think they play by different rules, and there's no possible way I can track the broadcasts of every local TV station from 2 decades ago. In addition, shows that aired on the International channel are also okay. The International channel aired shows that were also airing on Toonami at the time, but often with Japanese audio instead of English. For example, many of you may remember seeing Dragon Ball Z on the International channel. I know that they aired English dubbed shows sometimes, but I have no way of knowing the language of a particular broadcast. It's hard enough to find any of their programming schedules at all, much less the language it was broadcast in. So I'm going to just ignore the international channel when considering competing networks. Finally, I have a rule 4.5. While I want to be objective in my choices, my personal tastes may come into play. If there are multiple shows that meet all the requirements, I'm obviously going to pick a good show over a bad show. If you don't like that, I encourage you to post your picks in the comments. So basically, I'm looking for an action show that had a dub before December 2003, was licensed by a Toonami-friendly company, and did not air on a competing network. After sorting through all the options, I think I found one. Usually, I play a Toonami bumper before I introduce a new show, but obviously I can't do that for this one. So I made my own bumper. I hope you like it.
It is a place that dwells in the memory of those who still dream of its ancient glory. A world revered for its beauty, mystery, and danger.
Get ready to die! I have no feelings or a heart.
At one time in our history, those who ruled El Hazard destroyed each other during the Holy War.
I commit murder wherever I want! Attack!
No way! I am not gonna dress up in girls' clothing and pretend I'm a woman!
Through the endless nights, I dreamt only of you.
Why, yes, I have never taken a graphic design class, thank you for noticing. I know that the title graphic is a bit rough, but hopefully the rest of the bumper was enjoyable. Anyway, El Hazard is an isekai from 1995, so it was made well before the whole isekai boom, so it doesn't fall into the same tropes you will find in modern isekai. It's a fantasy show, which is much needed on the sci-fi dominated Toonami channel. El Hazard was animated and produced by AIC and Pioneer, the same duo that gave us Tenchi Muyo. And like Tenchi Muyo, El Hazard is a franchise that has multiple OVA and TV series with different continuities. So the Toonami channel will license all of them, air them in the same time slot, and cycle through them just like we did with all the Tenchi shows. The first entry in the El Hazard franchise is El Hazard: The Magnificent World. This is a series of 7 OVAs, with the first and last episodes being double length. For New Year's Eve, I want to air the entirety of the first OVA series starting at 7:30 p.m. And with that, we will close out 2003. This was a big year for the Toonami channel. Tom 2 died, Tom 3 took over, and we have a ton of new shows, including the Toonami channel's first exclusive. This video was a ton of fun to make, and I hope you enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for the next video in the series, which should be out in the near future. But until then, later.